Today I wanted to show you a basic game I wrote for a contest called Basic 10-Liner. It's called Down the Digger. And this game actually won the competition in pure 80 category. So I'm really hooked by this. I'm really happy. And this video is also to celebrate this. And especially because I tried for 2 years, I think, in a row to write a game that could compete with other great games in this competition. So finally it happened. I'm really happy and wanted to show you a few things about this game, and just if you want to check out the links, you can play it also in your browser or on your Commodore 64. So I will run the game first. Maybe the contrast of the screen isn't the best here, but you're this yellow sprite of the dawn. That's your character, and the game aim is to actually dig as many diamonds as possible and not to get stuck as when you go down. Like now I see I got the diamond. When I go down, then I cannot just go up, and to do it I have to use actually a ladder. So joystick is control for this game, and you just to dig a hole in any direction you have to just move joystick there, and to actually set a ladder you have to press fire as I did right now. Number of ladders is actually limited. Now I have only 9, so this is also something you have to be careful. And as you see, I went down. I fell down because there were no ladder, so you have to be really careful where you go. And the number of ladders is only replenished on the next level, and the number of ladders actually will be updated to the number of diamonds you found. So now I found 9 diamonds in this level, and this is my all amount of other diamonds I collected. So for example, now I have to go out of here because it's getting a little bit dangerous. So I'm going up to the surface, and I have to go to the very right of the screens. Then I'm going to the next level. So as you see, I have 10 diamonds in general I found, but this is the amount of diamonds I collected on this particular level, and all my previous diamonds were translated into ladders. So this is like a kind of thing that I'm buying the ladders. So that's the whole game actually. You just have to find your way out of each level and try to collect as many diamonds as possible. So it's like a kind of free game, sort of Minecraft, you would say. And I will show you code briefly, just trying to maybe get a little bit more. And you can fall down even to the bottom of the mine shaft if there's a hole, but your character is not going to die because of that. Okay, I have 2 ladders, so let's don't continue on this level. Let's move to another one. Now I have 16 ladders, so as you see I can go up the number, but of course if there is no diamond around, then I'm just losing my time and the ladders. Let's go to the very bottom now. I feel more confident than that I will survive with this in this situation. As you see, I have already 24 diamonds found on this level, and 11 ladders. So it's actually, oh, there are a lot of stones. I cannot dig through the stones, of course. I didn't say that, but these circles, these gray circles, are represented by stones which I cannot go through. And as you see, I fell really down. So if I cannot get out of the level, that's a game over. I will stay there forever. So I have one ladder, so that was actually very close. So yeah, this is it. This is the whole game. Now let's go through the code. So as the code is actually represented in 80 lines per, sorry, in 80 columns per line, it's good to just show it in the basic abbreviated way. So this is the code. This is my basic abbreviator, which I wrote to help me to write games which are 80 characters long per line. So this is like the whole game. There's a first line as well here, but with the first one. But besides of that, this is the whole game. So there's nothing more than that. And that was really fun to make this game. I actually needed to do this game again because I lost the first version, as I used to started with emulator, and what happened is that emulator actually saved it for the very first time, but then it didn't overwrite, so my whole game was actually lost. Thankfully, when I wrote it again, I actually resolved one of the issues which I already had while working on the first version. There was some flaw that you were not able to actually easily take the next diamond. I don't remember exactly how was it, but in general I needed to change some logic, and the whole game was already kind of written. So that was a struggle because I knew that I'm going to need to refactor it. I know that there was something with diamond that when I took a diamond, I think it didn't wait. So then I would already go to the diamond and the field with the diamond. Indeed, that was the issue. And I wanted to show that there is a diamond, so you know that you're going to take it in the next round, or maybe you don't want to take it. The player was already moving in this direction, so that was actually sort of resolved itself just by trying to rewrite this code again. I actually didn't even think about this. It was just naturally coming through to the end, and the result was really good. So not going to talk too much about this code. You can check it out yourself and ask me any questions if you're interested in competitions like that. Just wanted to show you a few small tricks I used. So one of them was to actually put the sprite there. So the sprite is represented somewhere here, I think. Yes, that's the data. Data is actually scattered through the whole code, so then you can just fit data in the place where you actually have like a physical, let's say, space in the basic lines. Because, like, for example, you see here I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 characters left in this line. So I could do something like data, and then I can put a value, let's say 123, 123, and then there is method which is called read, like a function. It's not a method, of course, and this function would actually read it across the whole basic. So then that's one of the tricks you can use easily, just to scatter the data as much as you need. So this data is actually the sprite. You can see here the zeros were omitted, but the rest is just the data which represents the bits. into the bytes. So it's like each byte, and there are 3 bytes per line for a sprite. This is how Commodore 64 works. I can actually show you that. And the editor, because of course I didn't wrote this by hand. I use some tools, so that was one of the tools I actually created, which just makes a sprite data for a digger and is represented in PETSCII characters. So that was the actual code of I just draw this character, and then what runs already, it's the basic, very easy basic program that translates it into the sprite data. And as you see, this kind of monkey signs, at signs, there are zeros actually, and in the code probably you notice that there were no data like that. As you see, this actually takes a lot of space. So what I did was to actually just zero this data in a loop in a different way, and just to keep this out of the code, because this just takes so much place. And the listing of this small program is just written basic, is simple conversion to these sprite characters. So I think that was mostly that was it. Let me go back to the program. There were a few other tricks used, like for example here where I told you before about squeezing some data. There is like on E kind of function, which actually is used as like a branching or if condition, and this order is not really random. I also redesigned the sequence of displaying data, the way that actually it goes depends on the value. It goes to the line 2, for 1 goes to line 2, and for 2 goes to line 8. So all of that is not accidental. There are many tricks I used here just to squeeze this data, and as you see, the objects are actually here. So there is a ladder, that's the first one, and then I do some just cutting some parts of this data. So the second one, if I do in uppercase set, this one is a diamond, this one was the stone here, and this one is just for the earth, and this one is for the surface where I put these trees and some ground. So this was also kind of nice way of showing it. I really like the end result. It really looks, I think it really looks nice. So I'm really happy that this game actually won. I also wanted to thank to everyone else, and the other games were also really great. I really enjoyed the competition this year as much as the last year. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I really encourage you to try this competition. It's really a lot of fun, just to try to squeeze as much code and functionality into a game. Doesn't need to be a game, but I think that's part that made me interested in. You can do an editor, you can do something with music, you can do everything. It's up to you. So this competition is across all computers, so it's not only Commodore 64, but there are plenty other. Some of them are really exotic. I never even seen this, like Aquarius, but also there are other common one like Spectrum ZX or Atari 8-bit. All computers has to be 8-bit actually, so can be Amstrad, CPC, and yeah, others as well. MSX, you name it, a lot of different computers. So I'm really hyped that I won, and now I don't have to compete. Now I could probably also try to be just a jury, but yeah, I like it. So I like the challenge still. So now I don't have to win. I just like to participate and also try new things and see how much can fit just in two. Sorry, not in two, but in 10 lines. I was actually talking in binary a little bit. 1-0. In how much it can fit in 1-0 lines, let's say. Yeah, maybe that's the thing. Try to do a game that fits in 2 lines or in 1 line. That would be really, really funny. Not too many options though, probably. So thanks for watching and see you in the next video. Bye.